Let me start with a simple truth I've learned in 6 decades on this planet, and 4 of them in medicine. Muscle isn't just about protein and push-ups. You can lift, you can hit your protein target, and still watch your strength slip if one quiet ingredient is missing. Collagen. Have you felt that? You're doing the work, you're eating right. Yet the knees grumble and the recovery drags. A patient of mine, Mary, 67, once said, "Doc, I'm checking every box, but my legs don't bounce back like they used to." She wasn't weak, she was under-collagened. I added broth to her routine, real broth with natural gelatin, not just another scoop. And 2 months later, she told me, almost shyly, "It's easier to get out of the chair." Here's why this matters. Picture your muscle as a building. Protein's the bricks. Collagen is the mortar, the connective tissue, the tendons, the scaffolding that holds those bricks steady so your strength can actually show up in daily life. Most popular powders? They're fine bricks, but they often skip the gelatin nature intended. Without that silky, jelly-like support, your body can't knit repairs as smoothly after a workout or a long day on your feet. I want you to imagine this. You finish a gentle strength session, maybe some squats by the kitchen counter. Instead of just a shake, you warm a cup of collagen-rich broth, fish skin, or beef tendon, the kind that turns to jiggle in the fridge. You sip slowly. Can you feel the difference in intention? One feeds your muscles. The other feeds the framework that lets those muscles do their job. So ask yourself, do you want more bricks or do you want a house that stands? If you've been stuck, it may not be your willpower, it may be your collagen. Let's build with both. Perfect. Let's move from the big idea to something you can actually make tonight. We'll start with the gentlest, most stomach-friendly option, fish skin broth. Think salmon or cod skin, the ocean's quiet gift to your joints and muscles. Marine collagen comes in smaller peptides, so your body tends to welcome it in without a fuss. My patients in their 60s and 70s often tell me the same story. "Doc, I don't need miracles. I just want my knees to stop complaining." This is where fish skin broth shines. The combo of collagen, a touch of omega-3s, and natural selenium doesn't work like a lightning bolt. It works like good weather, steadily, softly, making recovery smoother week by week. Picture this. You finish a light strength session, chair squats, some rows with bands. On the stove, a small pot hums quietly. Clean fish skins, a slice of ginger, a pinch of sea salt. Low simmer, 2 to 3 hours. The kitchen smells calm. When it cools, you strain it. In the fridge overnight, it sets into a delicate jiggle, nature's sign of gelatin. In the morning or evening, you warm a cup and sip slowly. That's not just soup, that's scaffolding for your strength. It's a simple ritual, but for many of us after 50, simple and repeatable is exactly how real change begins. Now let's talk about beef tendon broth, the heavy lifter of collagen. If fish skin feels like a gentle nudge, tendon is the firm handshake. It's loaded with type 1 and 3 collagen, the same stuff that builds the ropes and webbing of your body, tendons, fascia, the connective tissue that lets muscle power translate into real-world strength. A patient of mine, Frank, 71, still playing 9 holes every Sunday, came in with that familiar tendon ache along the elbows and knees. We added tendon broth 3 evenings a week and paired it with a little vitamin C. Think a few slices of orange or a squeeze of lemon with dinner. 2 months later, he said, "Doc, I'm swinging smoother." That's not magic. That's collagen peptides, plus glycine and proline, giving his tissues the raw materials to mend. Making it as simple, just slower. Rinse the beef tendons, cover with water, add an onion, a few peppercorns, a bay leaf. Let it barely bubble for 6 to 8 hours, or use a pressure cooker for about 90 minutes if you prefer. Chill it, skim the fat, and reheat what you need. You'll see that same gentle jiggle when it's cold. That's gelatin, your quiet ally for joint comfort. Sip a cup in the evening, or use it as the base for a simple soup. It's steady, honest fuel for the frame that holds you up. Here's where it really clicks. Alternate the 2 broths like a quiet rhythm to your week. Ocean one day, pasture the next. marine collagen from fish skin, sturdier type 1, and 3 from beef tendon. Together they round out the amino music your tissues crave. Add a small flourish of vitamin C, a squeeze of lemon, a few strips of bell pepper, so your body gets the nudge to weave that collagen into real, living tissue. I like a warm cup after training or with dinner. When the day slows and repair work begins. Simple, steady, repeatable. That's how strength returns and stays. Here's how I coach folks in their 50s, 60s, even 70s to actually use this. No spreadsheets required. On training days, finish your session, breathe for a minute, then sit down to a real meal with protein and a warm cup of broth within the next hour. Let the protein feed the muscle and the broth feed the scaffolding. On rest days, treat a cup of broth like a quiet appointment with your future self, any time that fits your rhythm, while keeping your daily protein around 1.0 to 1.2 grams per kilogram of body weight, unless your own clinician suggests otherwise. Pay attention to hydration too. A lightly salty broth can help older lifters meet electrolyte needs, especially in warm weather or after a long walk. This isn't about chasing perfection. It's about steady inputs that your body can count on, day after day. Quick safety notes. If you have gout, heart, or kidney disease, or sodium limits, use low-sodium broth, skim fat, and clear it with your clinician. Collagen isn't complete. Always pair it with complete proteins like eggs, dairy, fish, or legumes. Before we wrap, there's one more piece that can quietly steal your progress. What you pair with your broth, and when. Think of collagen like wet cement. It needs a little time to set so your body can lay down new, durable tissue. For at least 2 hours on either side of your cup, give that cement some space. Start with alcohol, especially at night. I know a small nightcap can feel like a reward, but it can knock muscle protein synthesis down, up to about a third, and it scrambles the very sleep cycles where your body does its deep repair. I've had patients tell me, "Doc, I only have one." My answer is simple. Save it for a non-broth window, and watch how your morning joints feel different when you do. Next, those well-done blackened meats, the ones that taste like a summer backyard. I love a cookout as much as anyone, but heavy charring loads your meal with ages and compounds from smoke that stir up inflammation. That oxidative stress is like static in the signal your tissues need to rebuild. If you want the grill marks, aim for medium doneness. Trim the black crust and keep it away from your broth window. Your tendons will thank you. And then there's white rice. Nothing wrong with it in a general sense, but that fast spike in blood sugar can jam the door on amino acid uptake right when you want collagen moving in. If rice is part of your culture or comfort, try saving it for a different meal or swap in a slower carb, beans, quinoa, or a roasted potato with the skin when you're timing around broth. So ask yourself, could you make a small shift, 2 simple hours, to give your body a clearer path to repair? Protect that window. Let the collagen set. Then enjoy the rest. Let's make this simple enough to live with. Your daily target is at least 15 grams of collagen, usually 1 to 2 cups of broth, depending on how concentrated your pot turns out. I like to think of it as a small promise you keep with yourself each day. Time it wisely. Give your broth a clear runway by keeping it at least 2 hours away from alcohol, especially at night, from heavily charred or blackened meats, and from white rice. That breathing room lets your body put the collagen to work instead of fighting interference. How to fit it in. On busy mornings, whisk a splash of fish skin or beef tendon broth into scrambled eggs. It melts right in and turns breakfast into joint-friendly fuel. At lunch, pour some into a vegetable soup, zucchini, carrots, a handful of greens, and you've built a gentle repair kit in a bowl. In the evening, sip a warm cup with dinner the way you'd enjoy tea. Add a hit of vitamin C, a squeeze of lemon, a few strips of bell pepper, a couple of orange slices, because collagen builds best with that simple spark. Keep it calm, consistent, and personal. Small inputs, repeated, change the way you move through the day. If you want a little structure to carry you from good intentions to real momentum, I've put together a 40-day muscle recovery meal plan. It's not a boot camp and it's not a fad. It's a gentle map with recipes that actually fit a normal life, plus timing strategies so your collagen works when your body is most ready to use it. Here's how it feels from the inside. Each week has a simple rhythm. A pot of fish skin broth early in the week, a pot of beef tendon broth later on. We rotate them so you get the best of marine and land collagen without getting bored. I give you clear windows, when to sip, when to strength train, and when to keep broth away from alcohol, charred meats, and white rice so your repair work isn't fighting headwinds. There's a small shopping list, a 1-hour prep day, and recipes that lean on everyday produce and pantry staples. Think vegetable soups fortified with broth, easy egg scrambles, and slow, satisfying dinners that set you up for better sleep. A patient of mine, Denise, 69, tried the plan after a knee flare kept her from morning walks. By day 14, she said, "I'm not faster, but I'm steadier." By day 40, she was walking the loop again without negotiating with her joints. Was it only the food? Of course not. She trained gently, hydrated well, and respected the timing windows. But the structure helped her show up. I want you to imagine circling day 40 on a calendar. What would feel different if you gave your body 40 days of steady inputs? Collagen done right, protein you enjoy, light strength work, and better sleep. The plan includes swaps for preferences, notes for sodium or gout concerns, and a tiny daily checkbox to keep you honest without shaming you for imperfection. If you've been stuck at "I'll start next Monday," let me hand you a start that lasts. 1 cup, 1 meal, 1 day at a time, for 40 days that change how you move. Here's the bottom line. Strong, steady, pain-wise movement after 50 isn't luck. It's routine. 1 cup of collagen-rich broth, smart timing, simple strength work. Repeat. Give it 40 days and let your body prove what's still possible. If this spoke to you, make a pot this week and start with 3 cups on your calendar. Then come back and tell me how your joints and energy feel by day 14. If you want the step-by-step rhythm, grab the 40-day muscle recovery plan in the description. And if you found this helpful, tap subscribe and share it with a friend who needs a gentle nudge. Your next decade can be stronger than your last. Let's begin tonight.